Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This evening I'm going to be doing a review of a French thriller, French language, English subs, released in the year 2000, directed by Dominique Moll, who also directed another film that I reviewed called Lemming. This movie was before Lemming, and this movie is really the most recognisable film from Dominique Moll. And this one is called Harry, He's Here to Help. Now this is the UK release. Under the US release, I believe it's called With a Friend Like Harry. So if you can't find it under one title, please look for it under the other. And the story to Harry, He's Here to Help is as follows. When Michel bumps into an old school acquaintance, Harry, en route to a summer holiday with his young family, he thinks nothing of it. But when Harry buys Michel a brand new Jeep to replace his broken down car and invites him to the family's remote holiday home, Michel begins to suspect that all is not as it should be. Before long, he realizes that Harry is determined to solve all of Michel's problems without letting anything get in the way. So Michel, he is a young man, he has a young family, and they are going to a holiday home. Along the way, they stop at this rest stop, and in the bathroom, Harry recognises Michel. Now, they were they were acquaintances long ago in high school. Michel can't recognise Harry, and he's a little bit stunned to see that Harry is so keen and excited to see his long-lost friend. So Michel just basically goes along with it because he feels that he won't see Harry ever again. But Harry insists that Michel meets his girlfriend, and then Harry insists that he meets Michel's family because he wants to see how his old buddy is going. So reluctantly, Michel introduces Harry to his family, and this is where Harry realizes that Michel's car is very run down and it doesn't have air conditioning. It's very, very hot. So Harry believes that he's doing a good thing in buying Michel's family a new Jeep. Now, this is a very expensive car, and Harry is, the gift is too much, and Harry just won't have a clear conscience in accepting it. But Harry is insistent. He says, I want to do this for my good friend. So alarm bells are ringing. This guy is very weird. Things get a lot weirder when Harry invites himself and his girlfriend to Michel's home, a holiday home. So, this guy really has a lot of nerve in inviting himself to someone else's home. So, Michel, you get the impression that he really is a bit of a soft character. He can't say no. So Harry and his girlfriend go along with Michel and his family to their holiday home. And this is where things just get more creepier as the time goes by, because Harry's obsession with Michel starts to get a little bit dangerous, and Harry believes that Michel deserves a good life, and he will let absolutely nothing get in the way of that. So if you want to know how this one unfolds, please go out there and see it for yourself, because that is as far as I am going with a synopsis. Now, my thoughts on the film. A lot of the time, in many people's lives, you've come across that kind of person that just doesn't take no for an answer, and he's just a little bit too clingy, and it's just a little bit too creepy. And I think this film really does bring back the memories of those type of people that have been, introduced to me, where that you don't really have the heart to tell them to bugger off, but you just wish they would, but they just stay with you, and it's just something very creepy about them. And I feel that Dominique Moll really, he created a very atmospheric film in this, and I actually thought it was really well done, as all of his films are. Very atmospheric, and it's kind of like a noir feel to it. It's a very artistic approach, and it's kind of like a surreal nightmare, but it's a very slow burning nightmare. So it's definitely not for everyone. If you're a fan of Alfred Hitchcock, you'll get a lot out of this, because I do feel that Dominique Moll has been inspired greatly by Alfred Hitchcock, because he does have that same approach, that it's not all in your face, but it is slow burning, and by the end of it, you do get a fair result. The acting of the film was brilliant. Sergi Lopez, who plays Harry, he was the bad guy of Pan's Labyrinth. He shows his versatility. He played a very creepy guy, and it was very funny too, because it's got a lot of black humor to it. So you're laughing at things that you probably shouldn't laugh at, and you're laughing at things that maybe you've experienced in your real life as well, because Harry, he has a little bit in him that everybody, as I said earlier, you come across this guy, these sorts of people you come across, and they're just a little bit creepy. So Harry basically represents all of those creepy people that you've met in your life. So I actually thought, the character of Harry was the brightest spark in it. Laurent Lucas plays Michel. He is a great actor. He plays a very subdued role. A lot of his roles are very subtle. He kind of plays second fiddle to a lot of characters, which is a little bit disappointing, because he is a very good actor. And, he does a good job in this, although I don't feel he was stretched out. He kind of feels like he was in second gear and he was playing it a little bit safe. But fortunately, Harry is the biggest draw card in the film. And then you've got his family that are nothing to really take note of. There are some genuinely spine-tingling scenes in the film, so it is a very good payoff. It builds up, it promises something, and it actually does deliver. Unfortunately, considering the fact that the cinematography is excellent, soundtrack very creepy, and the atmosphere, as I said, very atmospheric film, unfortunately just goes for a little bit too long. And there are periods in the film where I feel the director kind of gets bogged down a little bit. And this is my biggest criticism of Dominic Mole. I feel he kind of drags his films out a little bit. He kind of has his material set in front of him, and he's trying to drag it out for as long as possible. And that does become evident because although the film is very enjoyable, about three-quarters of the way in, you're kind of waiting for it to end. And it has a point, but it's taking a little bit too long to get to it. So that was my only real criticism of the movie. Apart from that, it was enjoyable. It is a film I would say definitely go out there and see if you like your different kind of suspenseful horror or thriller films. France do them very well, and this is no exception. As I said, it does drag a little bit, which is preventing it from being an outstanding film. But having said that, it is something a little bit different. It is about the obsessions of some creepy people, and it may, relive some memories in your life, maybe, if you've come across these sorts of people. But yeah, the acting is brilliant. The way it's been shot is brilliant, but don't expect a masterpiece because you'll be disappointed. But if you want something, as I said, a little bit different, and it's respectful to the viewer, then I would say definitely give this one a go. I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5. It is a fairly decent film, and I'm saying definitely it's coming recommended. Alright guys, that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, take care of yourselves, and keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.